Hi everyone, I'm Alina from the Sustainability Office, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to live imperfectly sustainable. What that means to me is trying your best to live a low waste life. You may have heard the phrase zero waste before, and what that means is living a life in which you generate no trash at all. So everything you own would be either fully used up or just reused and repurposed for forever. It's an almost impossible way to live, and so what we can do instead is try to fully minimize our waste, and that's basically what low waste is. So I'll be talking to you guys about a few ways in which we can do that pretty easily from our homes today. One thing we can all do for the earth is simply buy less. This would affect our environmental impact because production and manufacturing uses up a lot of resources and also greatly contributes to environmental pollution. So buying less would not only reduce these negatives, but we'd also have less trash to throw away later. Although buying less is the most efficient way in living a low waste lifestyle, we're human and we need to buy stuff sometimes. We can do this though by still being environmentally conscious. So we want to prioritize quality when we shop. For example, if we have 2 pairs of gloves at a store and one pair is $10 and they seem kind of flimsy and thin and they're not really going to keep you warm. And then we have a $25 pair that are super thick and the inside keeps your hands nice and toasty, and you can just tell that they're durable and of higher quality. Then if you are financially able, you want to pick the higher quality pair of gloves. This is because if you buy the more flimsy pair because it's cheaper, then yes, you are spending less money at once, but they probably won't last you more than 1 or 2 winters, and so you're going to keep having to buy them. Whereas a higher quality pair of gloves might last you, 5+ years. So you see how, spending the extra $15, $20 on a pair of gloves, that's just one purchase, and you won't have to buy another pair of gloves for, like I said, 5+ years, depending on what it is. So by doing this, you are generating much less waste, and that's really, really key. Another way we can be environmentally conscious when we shop is to buy from brands that do prioritize sustainability. A lot of small brands these days specify on their packaging and on their website that they use non-toxic ingredients, fair trade practices, recycled and biodegradable materials, and that are animal cruelty free. Those brands have ethical values and definitely deserve our support, as opposed to bigger name brands that really don't have those same values. And if the bigger brands see that the smaller brands are growing with our support, then hopefully they'll follow closely behind. I'm excited to show you guys how I make my homemade bathroom cleaning solution. It was super easy to make, super affordable, and it works really, really well. The reason why this is more sustainable is because if you were to go to Walmart and buy any cleaning solution, it would come in a plastic container, and also it would contain a lot of harsh chemicals that once flushed down the drain wouldn't biodegrade and would harm marine life. So the first thing you need is some distilled white vinegar. So I got this at Walmart for about $1 or $2, so it was really, really cheap, and it's a nice big bottle. And then I got this spray nozzle from a plastic spray bottle at the Dollar Tree. So the reason why I put the nozzle on this glass bottle as opposed to just using the plastic spray bottle is because the recipe calls for essential oil. And essential oil breaks down plastic, so if that were to happen, then the chemicals in plastic would seep into your solution, and that would be gross. So this fit right on, which was super, super nice. And yes, I did buy a plastic bottle. However, I will find a use for it later, and I won't ever have to purchase another one because I'll just keep refilling this glass container. So it is better than buying plastic bottle after plastic bottle. So for the recipe, you need 1 cup of distilled vinegar. So I emptied this bottle into a bunch of water bottles I had laying around, and just put 1 cup back into here. And then you need half a teaspoon of tea tree essential oil. So I got this little guy at TJ Maxx for super, super cheap. And the recipe calls for such a small amount that this thing is gonna last you a super, super long time. So that's it. 1 cup of distilled white vinegar and half a teaspoon of tea tree essential oil, because tea tree is antibacterial, so it's the best one to use for cleaning solutions in a place like a bathroom, which is super gross. So what you do is you spray whatever surface you're cleaning with this, and then you leave that to sit for about a minute or 2, and then you sprinkle some baking soda, about half a cup, and you leave that for another minute, and then you can scrub, wash it away, and it'll be good as new. I also found that this works really well on glass. I needed to clean my mirror and I didn't have any glass cleaning solution, so I used this and it worked perfectly fine. So I will never have to go out and buy a glass cleaner because I'll just keep using this, which is super sustainable. So let me know if you guys try this out. I'm super excited to hear what you guys think. Another easy and effective way to reduce our environmental impact and lower our waste production is to reuse and repurpose what we already have. So I did exactly that with this little candle jar. I use it to hold my Q-tips now, and I keep it in my bathroom. So I'll be showing you guys this video that I found that shows how to do that. The beginning cuts out, but basically you boil a pot of water, and you pour that in all the way to the top, and you leave that overnight. And you'll see that the wax bubbles and rises to the top, and over time it'll cool at the top and solidify. And then you can pop that out once it's, solid at the top, and you can use that in your wax warmer. That way the wax isn't going to waste either. And then it's really easy to clean the rest of the jar afterwards, and you can use it for whatever you want. Lastly, I'm going to talk about buying your food in bulk. If you guys have ever been to Green Planet Grocery or another grocery store with the bulk section, you'll know that that section has a bunch of foods in dispensers. So what you do is you can buy a jar there, or you can bring a jar that you have. This was an old sauce jar that I had, and I just cleaned it out when I was done. And you fill it up with whatever you'd like. They have rice, beans, granola, chocolate, and a lot of other stuff. So you fill it up, and you subtract the weight of the jar, and that's it. And it's much more sustainable because there's zero packaging waste. So you fill it up, and once it's done, there's nothing to throw away, because you could just bring this back and fill it up with something else. And that's about it. This doesn't have to be a complete lifestyle change all at once, but if you start incorporating little habits that are prioritizing sustainability, then you will be making an impact. So reducing, reusing, and repurposing are key in living a low waste lifestyle. We're here to help if you have any other questions, so please let us know. And we hope you enjoy the rest of Earth Week.